So wewe usiingizwe kwa mambo ya siasa ya William Ruto. Hata ukijaribu kusaidia William Ruto, pahali mambo yake imefika saa hii general, uweze msaidia. Hawa wananchi wamewachana na yeye. Mmewachana na yeye hapo bado.
So we can't have anarchy in the country, first and foremost. And as people exercise their rights, it should be within limits and within bounds, such that we cannot allow us to exercise our rights to the extent of tearing apart the country.
Yes, GACHAGUA has come out to warn this Commander Defense Forces, General KAHARIRI, to stop meddling into politics, because recently the CDF General KAHARIRI came out to reveal that anyone who's asking or sloganeering saying that Ruto must go, they must be prepared to face the wrath of the security organs. We all know now it's coming to very many months where the Kenyan people in different categories are coming out to sloganeer saying Ruto must go. And when the CDF says such statements, we must not take them for granted, because it's a security personnel who must not engage in politics. So in this episode, I've come to talk about why GACHAGUA is coming out to warn KAHARIRI, but also the reason as to why KAHARIRI is coming out to say such statements, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the certain materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So KAHARIRI shocked very many Kenyans, especially those who want regime change, for coming out to make statements which for me I deem political. Because in politics nothing is done by mistake. We all know that Ruto has faced one of the biggest opposition, by the way, the opposition that is not organized by politicians. Very many politicians in Kenya, especially past presidents, have forced opposition which is normally catalyzed and built by politicians. It's the reason as to why, and the Gen Zs came out on the streets, the government never knew how to contain them, because it was an uprising which was done by the Kenyan people. Okay? And it shocked the Kenyan government. Before I proceed, I want to play a tape when KAHARIRI was warning those who are saying Ruto must go, that they must follow the constitution, so that I also continue telling you my thoughts. Yes,
Nafanyika vizuri, nini. Some of the things is that there is tolerance. We understand we are Kenyans first. And this is something that Kenyans will need to come to terms with, that unless we love our country first, we will soon have no country, and there's no spare. The way you carry a spare wheel in the boot of your car, hakuna. So we can't have anarchy in the country, first and foremost. And as people exercise their rights, it should be within limits and within bounds, such that we cannot allow us to exercise our rights to the extent of tearing apart the country. So this issue of how politics goes and all that, by the way, the military, one of the core values is that we are apolitical. We don't support any political side. We defend the Constitution and the government of the day, duly elected by the people. So wakati watu wanaamua kwamba tumechoka na hii serikali na mulichagua wenyewe, alafu mnasema must go. That must go must be done according to the Constitution. Si ni kweli? Yeah, so that's why people question kwa nini military inakuwa deployed. We have a responsibility. We took an oath to defend the Constitution, to defend the Republic. And that's why it is necessary that the security institutions are professional, and the professionalism will come through academic exploits, through such institutions. So we have a responsibility. The other thing, other than political intolerance, the huge unemployment problem that is there, the youth can bulge is both an opportunity but can also be a threat if not well handled. And I'm sure that's why government is busy putting in policies, trying to see how we can continue to harness and create opportunities for employment. This again cannot be possible without a secure environment in the country.
That is General KAHARIRI speaking or telling Kenyans that they must be conversant when saying Ruto must go. So to make it very clear, it is constitutional for someone to come out and say Ruto must go. Nobody should scare Kenyans. But we must ask ourselves, why is KAHARIRI, the CDF, coming out to say these statements? Because one of the best things I learned in life is that after hearing a speech from someone, you must question the spirit. Even when reading a letter, the Bible tells us that when reading a letter, read the spirit of the letter. And for me, I clearly see a spirit where Ruto is trying to use the security organs to further his agenda. Despite Ruto joining hands with Raila, he's still facing opposition. And in fact, I read that in the near future, even Raila will be taken by the storm, which is being built in Kenya. And if you look at the spirit of the speech which was done by the CDF KAHARIRI, you clearly see that he's trying to threaten Kenyans, not knowing that Kenyans have not always been threatened, especially by the security operatives. Okay. Secondly, the Constitution also gives a leeway to different countrymen to put away their leader. If they come out in Juji Lamas and demand him to resign, they can do so. We've seen this in very many different countries. And this is what Ruto fears. Because if the Gen Zs rise up and ask for his resignation, it is very possible to be done according to the Constitution. Because people always come out to say that the Constitution is supreme, not knowing that the people are the most supreme. But even the people can decide to abrogate the Constitution. They can decide a way on how to be governed. So KAHARIRI should not threaten Kenyans because Kasongo is using him. And the good thing, even GACHAGUA understood this. In fact, GACHAGUA came out to also condemn KAHARIRI. He came out to say that he should not be engaging in politics. Remember, KAHARIRI comes from the central region. And since Ruto is playing nice politics, he's getting a son from the mountain to counter GACHAGUA. This is my understanding. Remember, even when they were fighting GACHAGUA, among the charges, the undertones were coming out to say that he was funding the Gen Zs, that he wanted to overthrow Ruto's government. Okay? So GACHAGUA came out to condemn KAHARIRI. GACHAGUA said this.
Tuna shida na mtu yeyote. Na tungetaka kuambia mkuu ya majeshi, General KAHARIRI, wewe mtoto wetu wa nyumbani. Please. The military is a respected organization in this country because it has conducted itself professionally since independence. And it's the only institution that the people of Kenya trust. Please, usilete siasa kwa mambo ya majeshi. Majeshi, kazi yao ni kulinda Kenya from external enemies. And that is the work of the military. So wewe usiingizwe kwa mambo ya siasa ya William Ruto. Hata ukijaribu kusaidia William Ruto, pahali mambo yake imefika saa hii general, uweze msaidia. Hawa wananchi wamewachana na yeye. Mmewachana na yeye hapo bado. There is no way you can help him. So tunauliza general, please let the military remain a professional outfit because it is the only institution that the people of Kenya trust.
That is GACHAGUA warning KAHARIRI. So you clearly see that GACHAGUA is trying, Ruto is trying first to play tribal politics where KAHARIRI is countering GACHAGUA. But also is trying to instill fear in Kenyans because there is no better way to instill fear other than the entity that is a monopoly of tools of coercion coming out to threaten Kenya that they must not chant Ruto must go. That is not unconstitutional. Okay? In fact, I thought even GACHAGUA was a little bit soft. He would have come out to say that the constitution allows people to chase away their leader if they see that he's abandoning the cause. They can do exactly what they want with them. Okay? So I clearly see that there is a scheme of threatening Kenyans where those who are heading the army are coming out to threaten those who are asking Ruto should go. And remember, I keep on telling people that most Kenyan presidents face it hard to get the second term. And I may not be surprised if Ruto fails to get the second term, because now he's engaging the army. It's the reason as to why everywhere GACHAGUA goes, is being hounded by the security operative. Shame on the Kenyan government. So I clearly tell Kenyans that if they want their leader to go, they can do that, because people are streamed. They can ask Ruto to resign. It's very possible. Since even me, I think he has failed to deliver Kenyans where he's supposed to be. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is the first time on this channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.